So the Forest Moon event has been kind of controversial since the devs made it more difficult a couple months ago. But personally, it's one of my favorite events. I think it offers a unique challenge that requires a lot of careful thought and strategy, as opposed to a lot of the other events where all you need is, five characters at the right strength, and then you can just sort of plow through them. So I've seen a few people do videos of this event, but they all seem to be really powerful, maxed out characters, and they just don't use any strategy at all, and they make it through just fine, and that doesn't seem very helpful to me. So I wanted to do it using the strategy that I think people who are struggling with the event should use. So for this video, I'm going to do the bonus tier, because I kind of want this video to be for people who are struggling with the event, and since my characters are a bit higher level than they need to be, I just wanted to pick the most difficult one. So ideally, you want to get your TIE fighter pilot to have enough speed to go before these two Ewok scouts. If you can't get enough speed on him, what I used to do is just restart the event over and over until these two scouts would attack either my Vader or my Palpatine, because they're the ones that can heal themselves when they apply debuffs from Palpatine's lead. So that actually worked like that. One attacked Palpatine, and then one attacked TIE Fighter pilot, so he dodged it. And another thing is, you don't want to use AoE in this event unless you absolutely have to. If there's a way that you can take out all the targets just doing single target attacks, that's definitely ideal. So I'll just pause here to talk about what I think the most important strategy is for people who are struggling with this event, and that is to use the event special ability, which is this little shield on the bottom right corner, to skip characters' turns so that you can set up your turn meter for the next round. So when you get down to one more hit on the last enemy, you want to stop and look at all of your characters' turn meter. And as you can see right now, all of my characters have pretty low turn meter, especially my important ones like Palpatine and Vader. So what you can do to go into the next round and make sure that you'll go first before all the enemies is to skip turns until you're in a good place. So I think right now it'll just be Tarkin, and then I'll finish it off with TIE Fighter pilot, because you don't want them to take an attack. And that way, Vader and Palpatine and R2 will start the next round with a good amount of turn meter. So even though these scouts don't have the deadly Ewok buff, they can still do a ton of damage. So this is probably a point where I'd say it's a good idea to use your AoE and stuns and specials to take them out quickly. So again, I'll pause here to look at everybody's turn meter and make sure that they'll start the next round with a good amount. And everybody's pretty good right now. So I'll just finish this guy off with Vader. Now, the fourth round is where a lot of people get stuck. The key to this round is to do damage to both of the elders equally, so that you can kill them within one turn of each other. Otherwise, they'll be able to revive each other at full health, and you'll have to start all over again, and it just increases your chances of wiping here. So, you of course always want to prioritize the Ewok scouts. So I'll just take those out first with single target attacks or whatever you have. Here would be a good idea to use an AoE, because I'm not sure I can take them all out one by one. So I'll use Vader's AoE. You also want to try and alternate your stuns or ability blocks on the Elders, of course, to keep them from reviving the Ewoks too often. I actually got lucky there because he attacked my TIE Fighter pilot who had Foresight up. We'll go ahead and kill that first one, and then move back to the Elders. And again, kill the Scout, and move back to the Elders. And you can just leave Teebo until the very end. He barely does any damage, so it's fine to leave him alive. So now I should be able to finish them both off within one turn. And now Teebo's pretty easy to take out. And if your characters do start to take too much damage and they get low on health, then you can use the event special for the healing ability. A good use of Vader's Calling Blade is to use them on a Scout so that he can immediately move again and kill another one. And Palpatine will start the next round with full turn meter. And looks like everybody's turn meter is going to be good again. Always prioritize the Scouts. The Warriors and Elders don't do very much damage. It's probably a good idea to try and get a stunner ability block on the Elders so they don't revive the Scouts. But as you can see, the Warriors don't do very much damage. So here's a great example of a time when you want to use the event special to skip turns. I'll be going into the 8th round next, which is obviously the hardest one. And if I finished this Elder with my Palpatine, he would start the next round with absolutely 0 turn meter, and he wouldn't be able to move first and use his AoE stun. So this is definitely where you want to start skipping turns. So I'll use the event special. I'll use it again to get everyone more turn meter. And I'll even use it one more time. I think R2 can finish him off. Now as you can see, my Vader and Palpatine are going to get to move before all these Ewoks. So I can take them out with AoE before they can instantly one-shot any of my characters. So here's where I will use the Culling Blade again. Actually, that probably wasn't necessary, since I'll have Palpatine still. And just like before, you want to prioritize any of the revived Ewoks. Again, I'm saving my AoE because in tier 2, in the bonus tier, as soon as you kill this Elder, all the Ewoks revive again. So you need to make sure you're setting up your turn meter on your important AoE characters so that they don't all kill you. Now I'm pretty sure... So I probably could finish him with Palpatine, but I'm gonna wait. Now everybody has pretty full turn meter. So now you're pretty much golden if you can set it up so that all your characters have good turn meter when you kill that Elder. The rest is actually really easy. So you can just go all out, use all your AoEs, and then Chief Chirpa is pretty easy to kill. I didn't have to do too much turn skipping that time, but the important thing is to just keep an eye on your turn meter and make sure that you're always in a good place with that.